guess what? I just did my pre-trip, and that bitch-ass turn signal is out again. And I was gonna film a little bit and go on a rant. Do you guys mind if I rant for a minute? I sound like shit. I feel like shit. I have a splitting headache. I tossed and turned all night, which I do almost every night, because the mattresses in these trucks are more medieval torture devices than they are mattresses. Excuse me. When I was at the Walmart this weekend, I looked for a topper, but they didn't have one that was the right size. So I ordered one on Amazon. I'll share a link because this brand is the same topper I've had for years on my bed at home, and it's really good, and it's very affordable. And the Twin XL size is currently on sale too, so it's a good time to grab one. Pardon me while I alleviate my pain, but I had the most frustrating night trying to sleep. I felt like I was up the whole night, and this has been most nights, a lot of nights like this, and it's like, it's no wonder I'm sick. It's no wonder it's taking me too long to recover from it. I can't get a good night's sleep, so that's very frustrating. Hopefully it'll be much better soon. The other thing though that I want to rant about is the fact that I'm staying in this brand new Loves, right? It's really new. I can't remember what I saw in one of the reviews, but it's like weeks or days. It's really, really new. And it's already getting trashed. And I was just like, I got out of my truck this morning and I looked back toward the back of the truck, and the truck that had been next to me was one of our company's drivers, and he had left already. And he had left a nice, neatly wrapped little bag of garbage on the curb back there. And I was like, what is it? I was just having this conversation with one of my truck driver friends who is similar to me, a responsible adult who picks up after himself. And I don't understand what it is in people's minds that allows them to throw garbage and urine and God knows what else on the ground and leave it, or let their dogs shit everywhere and not pick it up. I don't understand the mentality. And we were talking about how it just is the way that you're raised, I guess, because like the way I was raised, if I tried to do anything like that, I would be severely reprimanded and quickly. Like in one household, there would be physical reprimand, and in the other household, all I needed was a look and I would behave myself. It's weird because it makes me so angry. And it's like, I see it as this, these guys think that their mommy is following them around, and in this case, their mommy is the Loves employee, the poor Loves employee, who, yeah, they, from what I hear, for this type of a job, they get paid decently and they get good benefits, which is the only way you'd get anybody to work in this type of a setting. I'm convinced of that. But it's like, think about how many times, you guys all hear it who are out here on the road, if you go to Loves, or I think it's similar at probably most truck stops, they're always hiring. They can't get enough people. Why do you think that is? It's like, because of these disgusting fucking slobs that we share the road with that can't be bothered to pick up after themselves. They can't gather the energy in all of their manly toughness. They can't gather the gumption, the self-respect even, okay, to step out of their truck, walk to the back grassy area by the fence where no one's gonna walk, and pour their urine into the ground, maybe where no one's gonna walk in it, you know, where it's not gonna leave stains on the ground, where it's not gonna get tracked around inside the truck stop, inside the shower rooms that the employees, who there aren't enough of, are gonna do a half-assed job of cleaning because they're in a hurry to keep those showers clean. So maybe if these guys weren't constantly giving these employees unnecessary work to do, there would be enough employees to keep the bathrooms consistently clean and the showers, and be at the fuel desk when we need them, when we're standing there lining up because there's not enough employees. But no, one of them is out here picking up after this fucking doofus who is such a big tough man that he can drive a truck, but he can't step out of his truck and carry his bag of garbage the 20 fucking feet to the garbage can. You guys know I don't rant this often like this. I obviously don't feel well, so that's part of my problem. But it's not, though. It's like I feel like this all the time, and I just kind of withhold it because I don't want to get on here and just bitch. Because what good does it do? Does it do any good? I don't think anyone's watching. They've already turned it off at this point because they're like, I don't need to hear this. I'd work too hard to clean up after myself. Sorry. I can't wrap my head around it. Your mommy doesn't work here. Your wifey or your girlfriend doesn't work here. You probably don't have either of those because you're a lazy fucking slob and they left already because they got sick of your shit. I don't know. There's no excuse. There's no excuse, okay? I'm gonna go try to deal with this fucking turn signal. May it please work, please. I don't have time. Here I am ranting on a video. I shouldn't be doing that. I should just be getting that squared away right away, but I needed a moment. So here we go. All right, let me issue a correction and you can file this in the duh pile. Butter knife works if you're in a pinch, but X-Acto blade works a little better because it's a thinner blade. So I did the job and my turn signal is doing what it's supposed to do now. Hooray. I just pulled off. I'm about to pull back on, and I just want to show you this delicious shake I just made, which is pink because there's dragon fruit in it. It doesn't want to focus. The NutriBullet saves the day again. Thanks, Mom. I feel much better than I did earlier today. Mornings are the worst with this, whatever this is. But I was going to say, that's so good. So good. I mean, I can't taste it completely because my sinuses are all congested, but when I can taste of it, it's delightful. Two of my fellow truck drivers that I just happened to talk to, we all have had a real similar illness, and we haven't been in the same places recently. I mean, not recently enough, but we all have like what sounds like the flu, you know, chills, body aches, sore throat. I've had a mild fever for like 3 days. It's gone now, but I also have my eyeballs. I can't remember if I said this earlier, but my eyes ache, like the backs of my eyes, especially in the morning, like it hurts, which I thought was maybe related to having had a fever for a long time. Because I never really get sick like this. Like usually when I get sick, it goes through me really quick, like in a day and a half, 2 days, because I'm good at, like, I'd like to think I'm good at tackling it. I like to think I have a good immune system, but don't we all think that? We all think, oh, I'm gonna knock this out. But I take good care of myself, so I assume I'm gonna push through. But this one was a little different, so I wonder how many other drivers are having flu type things going on. And if you are, I hope you feel better soon, because it's not fun. Back we go, back to the road. I jerry-rigged this towel to hold the microwave door open because I'm sitting on an angle and it doesn't want to stay open. I'm having a little bit of a hard time with my headspace. I just came back from home time. Today was my first day back after a few days off. I'm still not feeling great, and I found out that I have COVID. It's the first time I have had COVID in all these years. It felt like I dodged that bullet for almost 4 years, which is crazy. Not crazy though, because, you know, I did all the things that help you avoid getting it. And I guess what is kind of interesting to me thinking about it and reflecting is that I was working in very like densely populated settings for a long time when COVID was in theory more of a thing, even though now it's obviously like
it continues to surge periodically, as we know, and it's that time of year, and there's all kinds of things going around this time of year. And but I was working in like very crowded music venues, and because I was in Chicago and they were very good about making people wear masks and being vaccinated and all that stuff, it was like I could be in these settings and not get it, which was really cool. And now that I'm out in the world and I'm going to a lot of different places, and I'm taking showers in truck stops regularly, like it's way different. And I don't want to get into the muck too much, because obviously it's a mucky subject. For some reason we can't agree on basic things. But anyway, yeah, I just came back and my fleet manager is still not here, and I don't know what's going on, and I'm kind of afraid that I could end up losing him as a fleet manager. And it's like, I just was feeling like things were going in a positive direction, and then he took leave and they said he was sick, and I'm not sure what's going on. It's none of my business. That part doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter. I hope he's not sick, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm worried that I'm going to end up with this temporary fleet manager or substitute fleet manager becoming my regular fleet manager, and she is not on the same level as he is. Like, now I'm sitting more, now I'm waiting more, and it hasn't been that many shifts, so I don't want to get ahead of myself and make assumptions, but I'm also just like struggling not to get totally discouraged. Like, I thought I was on a positive track, and it feels like every time I get on some type of a positive track, I get my hopes up, something happens and it ends up not being what I had hoped. So I'm just kind of staying in the middle and trying to temper my expectations and hopes, and then today I ended up running behind for this delivery that's tomorrow morning, and there's really no great reason for that other than a couple of things that just didn't go my way today, and one of them is just still not being 100%. And at one point I was really tired, and I saw a rest area coming up, and it wasn't the best time of day. It was too early in the day to be taking a break, but I pulled off and I set an alarm for 20 minutes and I laid down and took a nap. Actually, that was after I was on 290 going through the Chicago area and hit some absolutely wall-to-wall nightmarish traffic. There was some type of an accident. I sat in that traffic for a good hour, I would say. And I ended up planning to exit and take a different route. I was like, okay, this isn't working. And so I switched routes, and right as I was switching routes, it was like a second I could have stayed on, and I should have stayed on because I was almost to the point of where the accident was, and I should have just stayed on. But I got off. I ended up going out of the way to take a completely different route. So I ended up adding a bunch of time that I didn't need to, and I felt really stupid, and it was just like this bad headspace set of circumstances. And then I felt like I was starting to get better over the weekend because I got so much sleep. I slept like 9+ hours every night, but now I'm feeling like I'm coming down with new symptoms, and I'm like, now I'm having throat symptoms all of a sudden out of nowhere, and I'm just like, this is hard. It's hard to be sick on the road. It's also hard because I think I'm a little bit spoiled by the fact that I tend to get well really quickly when I get sick. I just get right through it and I'm fine. And this is obviously different. And now I'm out here and I'm sick and I just have to deal with it. And it's really tough to have the endurance to drive. I feel so demotivated by the way I feel right now, so it's been tough, but I just have to tough it out. And please forgive me if I don't have as much content coming out. I just don't feel like doing anything. I feel kind of despondent, and I feel kind of bummed because things are not going as I had hoped they would go with my job, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm concerned that I'm going to end up with a different fleet manager, and it's not the person that I was really excited to have that is really on top of things. It's somebody who is, you know, not going to have a dispatch ready for me when I make a delivery, so I'm going to have to sit and wait, and it's not a great feeling, but there's nothing I can do about it, and unless I end up having to ask them to switch it up again, and I don't want to do that, but I'm I'm just gonna have to see how it goes. So fingers crossed that the dispatcher that knows his shit will be back. I hope he's all right, obviously. But yeah, it's just not great times. But you know, it's not just me. A lot of us are going through it. So that's trucking.